What comes to mind when you hear Colombia? Drug cartels and dangerous streets? Let me completely shatter those stereotypes because what I discovered about Colombia will blow your mind. This South American paradise is home to some of the most stunning women in Latin America, a river that flows in 5 impossible colors, and a cost of living so low that your monthly budget could stretch further than you ever imagined. From islands smaller than a football field packed with 200 people to markets selling fried insects as delicacies, Colombia is a land of unbelievable contrasts. And if you think this is just another travel destination, wait until you hear fact number 15 about why Colombian women are so attracted to foreign men regardless of age or status. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be booking your flight to Colombia. Let's start with the basics that will immediately grab your attention. Colombia covers over 440,000 square miles, making it the 4th largest country in South America and 5 times bigger than Ecuador. But here's what makes it truly special. It's the only South American country with coastlines on both the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. Imagine waking up to Pacific sunsets one day and Caribbean sunrises the next. With 52 million people, Colombia is the 2nd most populous country on the continent, right behind Brazil. Most Colombians live in the northern and western regions, while the south and east remain wild and sparsely populated with dense Amazon rainforest where indigenous tribes live in complete isolation from modern civilization. But here's where it gets interesting for travelers and potential expats. Colombia offers an incredibly affordable cost of living combined with a carefree lifestyle that feels like one endless festival. Streets pulse with music 24 hours a day, food stalls overflow with traditional dishes, and there's an energy here that's absolutely infectious. You'll find locals hand-rolling their own cigarettes, markets selling everything from crocodile heads to grilled turtles, and a culture that celebrates life in ways that will completely change your perspective. Now let's talk about Medellin, because this city's transformation story is absolutely incredible. Once the infamous stronghold of drug kingpin Pablo Escobar, Medellin was literally the most dangerous city in the world just 30 years ago. The hillside slums were controlled by violent gangs and tourists wouldn't dare set foot here, but Asherden was the former CEO of Medellin. But that's ancient history now. After Escobar's empire fell, Medellin underwent one of the most remarkable urban transformations in modern history. Those same crime-ridden neighborhoods are now bursting with colorful street art and thriving cultural hubs. Comuna 13, once a battlefield between rival gangs, is now one of the city's top tourist attractions, famous for its powerful graffiti murals that tell the story of the community's rebirth. From above, Medellin looks like a bustling metropolis with its skyline packed with modern buildings. With nearly 3 million residents, it's become a symbol of hope and resilience. The city now represents creativity, innovation, and business success rather than violence and crime. It's living proof that any place can completely reinvent itself with determination and vision. Hidden deep in the Amazon rainforest, there's a river called Cano Cristales, also known as the River of 5 Colors. This isn't some Instagram filter or photo manipulation. This river literally flows in 5 distinct colors: red, yellow, green, blue, and black, creating the most surreal, natural artwork you've ever seen. This incredible phenomenon happens because of an aquatic plant called Macarinia clavigera that only grows during the rainy season and only exists in this one location on Earth. Since its discovery in 1969, Cano Cristales has become a legendary destination for adventurers and nature photographers from around the world. What makes this even more special is that you can't see this anywhere else on the planet. It's nature's exclusive masterpiece, defying everything we think we know about rivers and waterways. The colors shift and change throughout the seasons, creating a living, breathing work of art that's different every time you visit. If you think Colombia's wonders are limited to the mainland, let me introduce you to Santa Cruz del Elote, a tiny island off the Caribbean coast that holds the world record for population density. On an area of just 0.012 square kilometers, about 200 people live side by side in what can only be described as organized chaos. This island is so small you can walk from one end to the other in under 5 minutes. There are no police, no hospitals, and it doesn't fall under any official government administration. Everything here runs on community cooperation and traditional systems that have worked for generations. Residents govern themselves, handle their own security, and deal with medical emergencies as best they can. If someone gets seriously ill, they have to brave the ocean waves to reach the mainland for proper medical care. There are no supermarkets, no widespread internet, and life revolves entirely around fishing and maintaining strong community bonds. Visitors can stay a maximum of 10 days at the island's only guest house, and it's definitely not for those seeking luxury accommodations. This is pure, authentic island life where modern conveniences simply don't exist. Sign up for early access to our next adventure, or hit the bell to discover more unknown places like this. Colombia isn't just famous for its landscapes and people, it's also a paradise for wildlife enthusiasts. The country is home to more than 1,900 bird species, more than any other nation on Earth. Many of these species exist nowhere else on the planet. Names like the colorful tanager, the Andean hummingbird, and the iconic Andean cock of the rock are all native to Colombia. For bird watchers and wildlife photographers, this country represents the ultimate destination. The diversity is so incredible that you could spend months here and still discover new species. Professional researchers and amateur enthusiasts alike consider Colombia the holy grail of bird-watching destinations, offering experiences that simply cannot be replicated anywhere else in the world. Now let's address what many of you clicked this video to learn about. Colombian women are widely considered among the most beautiful in Latin America, and there are very specific reasons why this reputation is well-deserved. First, let's talk about their physical beauty. Colombian women possess a unique blend of Indigenous, African, and European ancestry that creates truly striking features. They're known for their hourglass figures, thick bouncy hair, and expressive eyes in various captivating shades. The warm tropical climate gives them naturally sun-kissed skin tones that seem to glow with health and vitality. But their appeal goes far beyond physical appearance. Colombian women are celebrated worldwide for their warmth, friendliness, and passionate personalities. They thrive in social settings, love engaging in lively conversations, and their enthusiasm for dancing, especially salsa, is absolutely infectious. Education is highly valued in Colombian culture, and many women pursue higher education and become fluent in multiple languages. They're intelligent, ambitious, and often more worldly than you might expect. Family and social connections are extremely important to them, and in relationships, Colombian women are known for their loyalty and devotion. Colombian women are generally very open and friendly toward foreigners, especially those from North America and Europe. However, there are important cultural nuances to understand. Sometimes a smile or friendly conversation is simply politeness, not necessarily romantic interest. If you want to make a genuine impression, focus on thoughtful gestures rather than expensive gifts. Simple things like opening doors, remembering her preferences, being punctual, and showing genuine respect for her culture carry much more weight than flashy displays of wealth. Colombian dating culture still reflects traditional values of chivalry and respect. While women here are completely capable and independent, offering to pay for dates and treating her like a lady will always be appreciated and expected. The key to success with Colombian women is authenticity, respect, and genuine interest in their culture and personality rather than just their physical beauty. About a 2-hour drive from Medellin, you'll discover Guatape, a small town so colorful it looks like it was painted by a team of artists on a sugar rush. Every single house here is a masterpiece, decorated with zócalos, which are 3D bas-relief murals, depicting everything from daily life to local legends and regional culture. Walking through Guatape feels like stepping into a living fairy tale. The vibrant colors are so intense they almost hurt your eyes, but in the best possible way. Each building tells a story through its artwork, creating an outdoor museum that stretches across the entire town. But Guatape isn't just about pretty buildings. The area is surrounded by stunning natural beauty, including El Peñol, a massive granite rock that rises nearly 650 feet, straight out of a sparkling blue lake. If you're brave enough to climb the 740 stairs carved into the rock's side, you'll be rewarded with one of the most breathtaking panoramic views in all of Colombia. From the top, you can see dozens of winding river branches forming a maze-like network below, creating patterns that look almost too perfect to be natural. This man-made lake was created for hydroelectric power, but it's become one of Colombia's most photographed landscapes. Here's something that might surprise you. Colombia ranks 4th globally in the number of cosmetic surgery procedures performed each year. With competitive prices, high-quality medical facilities, and skilled surgeons, more than 75,000 international visitors came to Colombia last year specifically to enhance their appearance. The most popular procedures include breast augmentation, liposuction, and tummy tucks, all easily accessible in major cities like Medellin and Bogotá. What makes Colombia particularly attractive for medical tourism is that you can get procedures done at a fraction of the cost you'd pay in the United States or Europe, often with equal or superior quality. In a country that celebrates curves and bold beauty, cosmetic surgery has become part of the modern lifestyle rather than something to hide. You don't need to spend thousands on the Maldives or traditional Caribbean islands when Colombia offers its own tropical paradise at a fraction of the cost. Islands like San Andres, Providencia, and Isla Barú showcase the untapped beauty of Colombia's Caribbean coast with crystal clear turquoise waters, soft white sand beaches, and vibrant coral reefs stretching for miles. These destinations offer the same tropical escape you'd find at expensive resort destinations, but without the crowds and inflated prices. The warm weather year-round makes it perfect for diving, kayaking, or simply relaxing in pristine natural settings that haven't been commercialized to death. In Colombia, dancing isn't just entertainment, it's the heartbeat of the entire culture. Salsa is everywhere, from roadside bars to all-night dance clubs, and Colombians don't just dance salsa, they live and breathe it. Every step represents the soul of the nation. Cali, known as the salsa capital of the world, hosts the biggest salsa festival on the planet. The World Salsa Festival draws over 44,000 people annually for 4 days of non-stop fiery performances. When you're in Cali during this festival, it feels like the entire city moves to the rhythm of Latin drums. But salsa is just one part of Colombia's dance culture. Cumbia, the soul of the Caribbean coast, blends African beats, indigenous melodies, and Spanish influences. With flowing skirts, graceful movements, and pounding drums, cumbia tells the story of cultural fusion that's lasted for centuries. Then there's mapale, a fast-paced, powerful dance that originated from African slave communities along the Atlantic coast. Known for rapid movements and sharp gestures, mapale expresses resistance, fierce vitality, and joy despite hardship. It's still performed at traditional festivals, honoring the legacy of those who came before. Beyond coffee and flowers, Colombia is the birthplace of the world's most precious emeralds, producing between 70 to 90% of the global supply. The country dominates this luxury market with emeralds that are not only economically valuable, but praised worldwide for their exceptional purity and mysterious green color that exists nowhere else on Earth. The most famous emerald mines are located in Boyacá and Muzo, rugged mountainous regions that hide these underground treasures. Colombian emeralds command premium prices in international markets because of their superior quality and that distinctive green hue that jewelers and collectors crave. Colombia is a tropical fruit paradise, offering more than 30 exotic fruits you'll rarely find elsewhere. Fruits like lulo, guanabana, and chontaduro each have distinct flavors ranging from tangy to incredibly sweet, and they're sold everywhere from street carts to bustling local markets. The country's signature drink is aguardiente, a strong anise-flavored liquor that's the soul of Colombian nightlife. It's consumed during festivals, social gatherings, and basically any time people want to celebrate life. But here's where Colombian cuisine gets really interesting. In traditional markets, you'll find vendors selling fried insects, grilled turtle, and other exotic foods that might shock visitors but are considered delicacies by locals. Colombia protects some of the world's most valuable natural treasures through 60 national parks stretching from the Andes Mountains to the Amazon rainforest to pristine Caribbean beaches. Tayrona National Park stands out with crystal-clear beaches bordered by dense jungle, creating a landscape that looks like something from a movie. Meanwhile, Chiribicate, recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, contains ancient cliff walls covered in thousands of prehistoric paintings, many of which remain undeciphered mysteries. These parks aren't just pretty landscapes, they're living laboratories where scientists study biodiversity, climate change, and conservation. Colombia is one of the most culturally diverse countries in the Americas, home to 102 indigenous groups that still exist today. Some of these communities have lived in the region for over 14,000 years, preserving ancient knowledge about nature, medicinal plants, and spiritual beliefs that remain completely intact. Groups like the Wayu and Imbra continue living traditional lifestyles, isolated from modern society in ways that seem impossible in today's connected world. Their cultures are considered living treasures, and there are active efforts to preserve their languages, customs, and traditional knowledge amid increasing urbanization and tourism pressure. Colombia gave the world Shakira, the global superstar known for her legendary hip-shaking moves and distinctive voice. But Shakira is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Colombian musical talent that's conquered international markets. Artists like Carlos Vives, Juanes, and more recently, Karol G and J Balvin have brought reggaeton and vallenato to international audiences, introducing the world to Colombian rhythms and musical styles. From fiery salsa in Cali to energetic cumbia on the Caribbean coast to heartfelt vallenato from the north, Colombian music represents the voice of the nation's soul. Every year, Medellin transforms into a floral wonderland during Feria de las Flores, the largest flower festival on earth. Millions of colorful flowers are transformed into artistic masterpieces on giant siliteros, which are elaborate floral arrangements carried through the streets by locals in a tradition that dates back generations. The festival represents when Colombia shines brightest, showcasing the country's vibrant, colorful, and energetic spirit to the world. The siliteros tradition comes from rural flower farmers who would carry their products to market on their backs. Today, it's become an art form where families compete to create the most beautiful and creative floral displays, turning the entire city into an outdoor art gallery. Here's where Colombia becomes absolutely irresistible for anyone looking to live a high-quality life on a modest budget. The cost of living here is just 1/3 to 1/5 of what you'd pay in the United States or Europe, making it a paradise for those earning in US dollars or euros. Let me give you some concrete examples that will blow your mind. In the United States, hiring someone to clean your house costs around $15 per hour. In Colombia, you can hire someone to handle everything from cleaning and ironing to cooking for just $15 per day. With just $1,000 to $1,500 per month, you can live extremely comfortably in major cities like Medellin or Bogota. This covers rent in a secure neighborhood, all your food, transportation, entertainment, and still leaves money for savings or travel. For example, you can rent a fully furnished apartment in a safe, desirable neighborhood for just $300 to $500 monthly. Eating out is incredibly inexpensive, with a delicious meal at a mid-range restaurant costing only $3 to $6. If you eat at local eateries or traditional markets, meals can cost as little as $2. Transportation is equally affordable. Uber is widely available in major cities and preferred by most visitors. A typical ride within the city costs around $3, while traditional taxis might be 30 to 50% more expensive. For years, Colombia has consistently ranked among the happiest countries in the world, which might seem surprising given its economic challenges, but this happiness doesn't come from material wealth. It comes from something much deeper: strong family connections, gratitude for life's simple pleasures, and an unshakable belief that tomorrow can always be better than today. The family structure in Colombia is incredibly strong. Multiple generations often share the same home, creating support networks where people care for each other through good times and bad. It's common to find households with at least 6 or 7 family members, including grandparents who are respected and cared for rather than isolated. However, Colombia's story isn't all sunshine and salsa dancing. The wealth gap here is striking and impossible to ignore. As of 2023, around 33% of the population, roughly 16.5 million people, still live in poverty. While this represents improvement from previous years, it's still a significant portion of the population struggling with basic necessities. Crime, especially theft and sophisticated scams, remains a serious concern that visitors must take seriously. One moment of distraction, wearing flashy jewelry or making careless choices, can quickly turn a pleasant trip into a nightmare experience. Even online scams here are executed with remarkable sophistication. From perfectly forged rental agreements to smooth conversations that raise no suspicion, scammers have turned deception into an art form. Dating apps can be used to trick unsuspecting tourists, and trust can become dangerous if you're not thorough in verifying people and situations. More than just a travel destination, Colombia has become a top choice for people looking to completely restart their lives, with high-quality living at reasonable costs. Over the past decade, thousands of Americans, Canadians, and Europeans, especially American military veterans, have chosen Colombia for retirement, finding peace, affordability, and vibrant lifestyle opportunities. Medellin, nicknamed the City of Eternal Spring because of its perfect year-round climate, has become the top destination for expats. The city offers modern amenities, excellent healthcare, reliable internet, and a growing international community that makes integration easier. The residency process offers several attractive options. You can get a resident permit through a company invitation with a minimum monthly salary of $700. For personal residence permits, investing around $32,000 grants you and your family a one-year permit that's extendable if your business performs well. What impressed you most about Colombia? Would you consider visiting this incredible country to experience its beauty and culture firsthand? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content about the world's most fascinating destinations. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest discoveries about unique countries, strange cultures, and places that seem like they belong in dreams. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey through Colombia. Until next time, keep exploring and keep dreaming big.
We are so glad you are with us today. Please leave a comment, like the video to support us, and subscribe for more videos. See you soon.